much everyone's dream is to become really rich, perhaps even become a billionaire. But most people only dream about it, as they think the person that becomes a billionaire needs a lot of investment. That's the root of the problem. If you're worried about becoming a billionaire but you don't know how to, this video is for you. This video will tell you about very practicable examples of 10 of the most popular self-made billionaires. Want to learn how they did it? This is going to be very useful and exciting. But before we begin, I want to welcome you to Invested Knowledge. Knowledge is power, and you'd be very wise to invest in it. I will teach you the most money-wise and up-to-date ideas for you to be successful in your business and your life. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and turn the notification bell on so you'll be notified every time there's a new video uploaded. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed it. And thank you very much for watching. When it comes to becoming a billionaire, you need a lot of persistence as well as a strong work ethic. You'll be a self-made millionaire if you have an appetite for risk-taking, the ability to influence people, and a desire to assist others along the road. Even though they are brave visionaries, many begin their lives the same way as you. Elon Musk. The current net worth of Elon Musk is about 239 billion USD. And unlike most of today's well-known billionaires, Musk uniquely acquired his fortune. He didn't just have the one brilliant idea, he had a lot of them. At the age of just 12 years old, he sold a video game for $500 created by him, and it was the beginning of his business adventure. Upon arriving in Canada, he did many odd occupations as he worked as a vegetable gardener, joining a factory as a cleaner in a boiler room, and during his time in college, Elon sold computer components and whole systems to get some additional money. In addition, he and a buddy charged admission to their 10-bedroom fraternity house on weekends to make ends meet. He comes forward step by step from these small business adventures and continuously invests money into more business. Now he is the contributor to PayPal, founder of companies like Tesla Motors and SpaceX, and according to the March 2022 edition of Forbes, Elon Musk has the biggest fortune in the world. Bill Gates. Bill Gates' net worth is 131.4 billion USD. In the autumn of 1973, Gates enrolled at Harvard, where he planned to pursue a career in law. After just a few hours of sleep and studying, he managed to get by just a passing grade on his exam. Gates met Alan, a 2-year-older student at Lakeside School. Gates and Alan created Traf-O Data in 1970 when they were just 15 years old. Their efforts resulted in a $20,000 profit. Microinstrumentation and Telemetry Systems of Albuquerque created the Altair MITS, where they contacted the company. Gates and Allen worked on a basic application for an Altair computer. Ed Roberts, the president of MITS, approached the lads and requested them to perform. And a month later, Harvard's computer lab was scrambling to develop basic software. On a trip to New Mexico, Allen tried out the software on an Altair computer. It was a huge success. To join Allen as MITS, Gates resigned from Harvard. They co-founded Microsoft together, and the rest is history. Warren Buffett, CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. He is worth roughly $117 billion, so he became known as the Oracle of Omaha. A 10-year-old Warren buys his first 3 stocks for himself and 3 stocks for his sister Doris. It drops to $27 before climbing to $40. Warren and Doris become stock sellers. Young Warren and a friend once invested $25 for an old pinball machine in 1947, which he later sold for $1,200. Mr. Buffett is a world-renowned investor who has been in the top 5 wealthiest people in the world for decades. He owns a very impressive portfolio of stocks and a major shareholder in famous companies such as Apple, Coca-Cola, American Express, General Motors, and Bank of America. He is the one who came up with the phrase, "The more you learn, the more you earn." Jack Ma, founder of China Yellow Pages and Alibaba. He is believed to have a net worth of about $371 billion US, Because of his tremendous mental toughness and perseverance, he was able to fight through several failed school examinations, including university entrance exams, on 2 separate occasions and graduate. One of the many jobs he was rejected for after graduating was a KFC manager, among others. Growing up in a competitive China was not easy for young Jack. Still, he became one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. Rumor has it that he was kidnapped and threatened with a weapon while on a business trip to Los Angeles before being held captive in Las Vegas for many days without being paid. He was finally successful in his mission to elude capture. It took him years of effort and commitment until his mental grit, persistence, and desire for success finally paid off. And he went on to build an internet empire that is now worth more than $1 billion. Xiao Kunfei, founder of Lens Technology. Xiao Kunfei has a net worth of $7.6 billion. Xiao Kunfei's glass lens manufacturing company was built from scratch by the Chinese tycoon. Approximately 1/4 of all smartphones sold worldwide use their company's touchscreen glass. She had to leave school at 16 due to financial issues and the necessity to help her blind father. She was a production supervisor before starting her firm in 1993. She educated herself at night by reading books and developing new products to complement her income. Her firm went public in 2015, making her a billionaire almost instantly. Patrick Drahi. Patrick Drahi's net worth is almost $6.7 billion. Patrick Drahi amassed a $12 billion fortune by investing well in telecoms. Drahi grew up in Israel and migrated to France as a child. He worked for various cable and satellite businesses before co-founding 2 in the 1990s. When he sold the company, he gained 40 million euros. A multinational telecommunications company with operations in France, Israel, and the U.S., and Portugal launched Altice in 2001. Drahi bought it for $7.3 billion in 2021, and he recently became the biggest shareholder in BT, the world's largest telecom corporation. Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban's current net worth is almost $4.5 billion USD. Mark Cuban is a well-known American entrepreneur and investor who grew up with a deep knowledge of the value of money from a young age. He's the founder and chairman of the Cuban family of companies. In the years leading up to becoming a billionaire, he relied on couch surfing and living on the cheap as his primary strategy of extending every dollar he had. He worked as a dance teacher and held disco parties to supplement his financial aid package in college. To invest his profits in firm projects, he didn't spend any more money than he had to. To build the multi-billion-dollar firm that he did on a shoestring budget, he had to work very hard for a very long period. Landmark Theaters, Magnolia Pictures, and AXS TV are just a few of his many ventures. Oprah Winfrey's current net worth is almost $42.6 billion USD. While Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty, she became one of the world's most influential and prominent women. As a well-known businesswoman in the media and philanthropic circles in the United States, she also serves as a producer, talk show presenter, and author. During her time living with her grandma, she wore potato sack outfits. She was 14 when she was subjected to physical violence and molestation, as well as the death of her first child. Young Oprah was told that she'd never be successful in the television business. She won a beauty contest a few years later, went on to get a degree in speech and performing arts, and went on to become the most famous television show host in the world. The Oprah Winfrey Network, her cable network, is worth billions. Guy Laliberte. Guy Laliberte's net worth is $1.3 billion. In addition to being the co-founder of Cirque du Soleil, Guy Laliberte is also a professional poker player. Since he began out as a street performer in the 80s, playing the accordion, walking on stilts, and chewing fire, he's become accustomed to discomfort. He co-founded a Montreal-based circus group in 1987 and moved it to Los Angeles later to expand it to become successful. Le Cirque du Soleil was born as a result of this bold initiative. He became Canada's first space tourist in 2009 to raise awareness about water shortages, making it the first poetic social mission in space, in his own words. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. Sarah Blakely's net worth is about $1 billion. After college, Sarah Blakely pondered becoming a lawyer, but she failed the LSAT test. Sarah had also completed a career in the comedy industry as she performed stand-up comedy. Sarah worked for 3 months as a ride attendant at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, which is a job she disliked. Sarah left Disney World to work for Donka, a firm that sells fax machines. Sarah learned about Spanx while working for Donka. Unhappiness with pantyhose and other undergarments prompted the 1990s development of Spanx. Sarah's dedication to her plan led to her spending 2 years and $5,000 on research trips to North Carolina's apparel makers. At 29, Sarah created the first Spanx prototype. If you love similar content, please take a look at my other videos and stay tuned for future videos.